Hello, I'm Rowan Sharma, the instructor for Terrorism and Counterterrorism, Intel 450 for this quarter, and I just want to use this time to just give a quick introduction to the course. Well, welcome to Intel 450, and this is the first class that I'm teaching at American Military University, so this will be as much a learning experience for me as it will be for you. Whenever I do something, or whenever I teach something, I always end up learning as much as the student. So I look forward to interacting with you this quarter. This video log, I'm going to try something new. I'm not sure if it's done in many of your other classes, but I want to try and do kind of online lectures, use new technologies to bring learning into the classroom or bring more of a classroom experience. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be a weekly lecture. I'll do it for 12-13 minutes, post it on YouTube, and you can go ahead and see it. And I'll use it just to go over readings, current events, anything that I think is relevant to the topic. So a little background on myself. 7-year Army Intel analyst. Enjoyed it, but after 7 years it was time to get out. I deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, so I know what you guys are going through when you're overseas. And for the last 3.5 years, I was a contract intelligence analyst for the Department of Defense. So if anyone wants to go into contracting or contract intel work, please let me know, and I can give you the ups and downs of it. Currently, I work at Department of Homeland Security. Specifically TSA, Transportation Security Administration. Make all the jokes you want. It's probably the least liked federal agency out there. Some of it for good reason. Otherwise, not really. Well, sometimes it's good to do that, but sometimes it's a real serious job. But I'm thick-skinned, so feel free to make all the jokes you want. Just some admin notes on the class. This is not a HUMIT course. This is not a tactical counterterrorism course. It's not going to teach you how to take down an airline. It's not going to do link charts. It's not going to do HUMIT analysis or anything that you might see in your tactical work. This is a class on the historical, political, and sometimes psychological underpinnings of terrorism. It will combine politics, history, philosophy, policy, to give a little bit of perspective on the problem set. So if this is something that you thought otherwise, please don't take this course. There's probably other courses that are more up your alley. The syllabus is real simple. It's an 8-week program. You're going to see the weeks outlined out. The sequence is simple. So for week 1, do the reading first, then listen to this YouTube lecture, and then do the discussion. So go ahead and post online. The earlier you do discussion, the better, so you can interact with the students better. So this is week 1, and please have all the readings and postings done by Friday of each week. So this Friday I'm going to post everything for week 2, and then we'll start the sequence. So Friday will be the due date. It's on the calendar in the Saki system. For this week, I know it's a short week. Just, if you don't get the readings, that's fine. The only thing I ask on the discussion board is that you introduce yourself so I can make sure I know who's in my class. So just some other admin notes for the discussion. Please just post original thoughts. Don't just rehash the readings or anything like that. Show that you've interacted with the readings. Show that you can interact with your fellow students. Show that you actually listen to the lecture and you can interact on that way. Please be original. And then original with the postings with the students, and most importantly, be respectful to your fellow students. We're going to talk about some controversial stuff in this course. We're going to ask, why is Osama bin Laden a terrorist, but the atom bomb is not a terrorist act. We're going to argue things like, is Nelson Mandela, should he be considered a terrorist? These are kind of big boy topics, big boy and girl topics, so please have a thick skin and be respectful on the discussion boards. Please send me an email address so I can have a group contact list. This is a new sockeye system that AMU is using, and it might go down. Might need to shift to email. So just have that as a backup. And then finally, lateness. Let me know in advance if you're going to be late. Once is okay, twice I might get a little irritated, but I also get irritated if you tell me day of, hey, I can't hand this in because of X, Y, Z. I know people have commitments, I know people have deployments, so please just kind of give me a heads up if you're going to be late with any of the assignments. So just going through the syllabus, again, the first half of the course will be looking at it from the terrorist perspective, looking at terrorist groups, terrorist motivations, what is a terrorist, and then the second half of the course will be a counterterrorism, how to actually mitigate the effects of terrorism. So that's how the course is broke down. The midterm is going to cover the first part, final is going to cover the whole course. And I'll be honest, it's not, I'm not going to play gotcha on any of the exams. You're all adults. What I'm just looking for on the exams is that you can, you've interacted, you can cite the literature, that you can actually argue with some of the points made, disagree, agree, and have some of your original thoughts. So that's what I'm looking at for it. So with that being said, YouTube gives me 12 minutes, so I'm going to end the introductory, but I'm going to also post one more lecture for week 1, which is going to be like a Mythbusters look at terrorism and some of the myths that have been floating out there. So, with that being said, I hope you have fun in the course, and I'll see you in lecture 2.